Hello, Professor. Before I actually begin my presentation, I just wanted to inform you on the complications I had with setting this up to present it as the way you showed us. I have two laptops. I'm on my Samsung and I have another laptop, which is a HP. And I tried on both to download the apps you talked about, and none of them would load. So I'm just improvising. I'm recording on my cell phone. If I look down, and then I have my laptop open, and then I have a guide that I'm just going to use as I present. So I'm going to start my actual presentation. Presenting Everything by Nicola Yoon. Imagine the feeling of knowing one is allergic to everything. Well, that is the life of the main character, Madeline Whitler, whom is only 18 years of age. The novel Everything is your teenage typical love story, but with a twist. The main character, Madeline, has a disease that prevents her from going outside. Though Madeline knows nothing more than the walls inside her home, that quickly changes when she meets Oliver, the new next-door neighbor. She eventually falls in love with Oliver while taking risks into exploring the outdoors. Due to Madeline consistently breaking her mother's orders to not go outdoors, she becomes ill one night. So ill that her heart stops. And then, next slide, I have a quote. Even if you knew love could kill you, what would you risk to experience it? About the author Nicola Yoon, and this was mentioned as Nicola Yoon was interviewed by Shelley, excuse me. I started writing the book when my little girl was 4 months old, and it was primarily inspired by my nervousness and becoming a new mom, Yoon says. And then I have listed some facts on the side. She is a Jamaican-American author. She originally majored in electrical engineering in college. She wrote this book from 4 to 6 a.m. over the course of 3 years. Her husband, David Yoon, drew the illustrations for the book, Everything. Also, she wrote The Sun is Also a Star, which was nominated by the National Award. Next slide, main characters. Madeline, of course. She has SID, which is, or stands for, Severe Combined Immunodeficiency Disease. She is extremely sheltered. Only people she comes in contact with are her mom and her nurse. Next, I have Oliver. He wears only black clothes, as in the picture that I put on the PowerPoint. He has on a black t-shirt. He is abused by his father, along with his mom and sister. They all are verbally and physically abused. And then lastly, one of the main characters is Madeline's mom, Pauline, who is a third-generation Japanese doctor and single mother. She has dedicated her entire life to caring for Maddie. Setting. It takes place at Madeline's home in Los Angeles, California, mostly in her white room where she keeps all of her books. Time period. In my research, didn't find much information about that. Just that it was written in the now, today's day and age. Next slide. Major themes that I picked out were not let little things scare you. Do not let little things scare you. Desire better. See greater things from this life than what we are initially given. Inspire people to take control of their own life. And lastly, social media's power to bring people together. And then research issues. As stated previously, while researching the novel's time period, I could not find much information or detail on the matter. Besides that, I did not have any other problems locating information I needed or wanted to know. Thoughts overall, I believe the text I chose to do my research over was well put together, especially the many quotes I inserted throughout the novel. It was also interesting to explore the characters and analyze their importance to the story. And then here's another quote I included. Everything's a risk. Not doing anything is a risk. It's up to you. And then here is some pictures I have of Nicola and her husband and then their child, which that's who she was inspired by to write the book of everything. So that's supposed to be, her daughter is supposed to be Madeline. And then in the middle is Nicola and her husband. They're at, I'm assuming, an award event for the National Book of Awards that I mentioned earlier. And then the last picture is a kind of recent picture for her last book that she wrote. The sun is also a star. And as you can see, Madeline is a little older there. So that is an up-to-date picture. And then concluding is my references. And then one last thing, had I pressed the presented button, it would have took over the whole screen, so wouldn't have been able to see me as you are able to see me in the right bottom corner. All right, that concludes my presentation.